Hi everyone. We're gonna talk now about the carbs and calculations and including insulin. Hi again.
Hello.
You have a book here with you.
Yes.
Let's see that one. Ooh, interesting. So, what you want to talk today about the carbs and calculations is an important topic.
This is particularly for patients who are type 1 diabetics or those patients who are really clued up and they want to do it perfectly. So we talked about a rough way of calculating the prandial insulin or mealtime insulin, but the right and perfect way is by way of carb counting and ratios, insulin ratios. So you will probably hear from your type 1 patients that, oh, my ratio is 1 is to 10, 1 is to 15, or 2 is to 10. What does that mean? So when they say 1 is to 10 ratio, it means that for every 10 grams of carbohydrate, they inject 1 unit of insulin. So for example, if they're going to have 100 grams of carb meal, they will then inject 10 units of insulin. If that is the ratio, if it is ratio of 1 to 10. If they have a smaller, less intense ratio, it could be 1 to 15, which we often do for elderly people. So that means that for every 15 grams of carbs, they will inject 1 unit. So example is if they are consuming 60 grams of carb meal, instead of doing the 1 in 10, which would have given 6 units, they will give 4 units of insulin. So it's very simple. For every 15 grams, you inject 1 unit of insulin. How do we work out what is the carbs in your meal? So this book is very helpful, the carbs and cals, and it has got practically everything that you will be eating. For example, slice of pizza or a sandwich or a drink or a smoothie or cereal or a cake, so they or a chapati. So it will just give you a calculation. For example, this is got the weight and then also the carbs over here. So this chapati has got 39 grams of carb. This is slightly big, as it's got 52 grams. So, and the paratha has got again 40 grams. So you need to just concentrate on the carb calculation, nothing else. So the way to work is if they're having one chapati, they start writing it down, and it's about 40 grams. If they have two, it is 80 grams already. And then something else they're going to eat, they're going to look into the book and say how much carbs it is. If it's not carbs, if they're having chapati with the protein, then there is zero counting for that. So they just work out whatever the carbs in the meal is, and they calculate the whole lot. If there's a drink which has got carb, or if there's a fruit, so they work out the whole thing individually and they add it up. So the whole total meal, which consists of all the carbs, needs to be calculated correctly, and then apply the ratio towards it, and then that will give you the exact or approximate figure for the insulin requirement. This also changes in time, and sometimes the ratio needs to be intensified to 2 to 10, which means 2 units for 10 grams, but that happens very late. But the more common ones, the ratios that we come across is 1 unit to 10 grams, and I think it's safer to do that. But if you're really not very confident, you want to do very slowly, then you can do 1 unit to 15 grams. So this is normally taught to these patients in a course which is called Daphne, where they are not only taught about how to calculate the carbs, they also taught about how to use the insulin with their lifestyle, about exercise, about alcohol, and everything daily routine. So it is a course which is very important for type 1s. They need to go onto this course where they learn how to adjust their insulin doses according to their lifestyle. I hope this was useful for you.